Hello everyone. Uh, so my name is Saqib Azeem, and today I'm going to talk about a very fundamental concept in statistics and machine learning, which is Bayesian decision theory. So this video might be a bit longer than 5 minutes, but please wait until the end. Yeah. So first we will start with very basic concepts regarding the Bayesian decision theory. So let's go over some fundamentals. So first we have an observation vector x. We will denote it by the symbol x, and usually it's a vector of continuous values. Then we have the state of the variable. This is y, and typically it's a discrete label representing the state or the class. And then we represent. So let me change. Yeah. So, and then we represent our joint probability distribution of all possible values of our random variables x and y with the notation this p subscript x comma y of small x comma I. So this represents that the probability of the random variable capital X taking the value small x, and the random variable y taking the value small I. And knowing the joint distribution can tell us the probability of all possible configurations of our random variables x and y. Okay, if we move on to the next page, yeah. So now, using a very simple concept in probability, we can decompose our joint probability distribution into a class conditional distribution and a class prior probability distribution. So as you can see here, we have the joint distribution, and we have broken it down into the class conditional distribution, which is given the class I, what is the probability that the observation random variable capital X takes the value small x, and multiplied times the probability of your classes or your state of the world. So notice that the prior probability does not depend on the observation x. Okay. And here we have simply used the chain rule of probability to break down the joint probability distributions into conditional probability times the prior probability. Now, a very important concept in this Bayesian decision theory is the decision function. The decision function is basically a mapping from your observations x to the prediction g of x. G of x represents the decision function. It can be also called a prediction. So for a simple example, just to give you an analogy, for example, suppose a patient goes to a doctor, and the doctor observes all the symptoms or the observations that the patient is experiencing. So of course, the true disease that the patient has is unknown to the doctor as well as to the patient. Based on whatever the symptoms the patient is showing, the doctor observes those symptoms and makes a decision or makes a prediction of what the disease might be. And this prediction is basically your decision function g of x. This decision that the doctor has made based on the symptoms may be the true disease which the patient actually has, and it might not be the true disease. Okay. So the correctness of the decision depends on a lot of factors. Let's say the experience of the doctor, how good the doctor is, and whether how difficult, how easily perceivable the symptoms are. So now since the decision function is clear, we can move on to the next slide. So in this, once we have the decision function and we have the true state of the world, we can define something called the loss function. And this loss function is it basically gives a penalty of based on penalty of how good or bad your decision is. So if your decision gx is very good and it matches the true value, then the loss function, then the loss is very small or maybe zero. And if the prediction or the decision is very bad, it's very far from the true state of the world I, then the loss function is very high. Okay, so generally the loss function is a real number, and it's generally non-negative. It either takes zero or positive values. Okay, so the loss function is a choice of design which is dependent on the user and the problem as well. So for example, for one problem we have one loss function, for another problem we have a different kind of loss function. So one example of loss function is the 0, 1 loss function. It's a very simple idea that when your prediction when your prediction or decision is matches the true value, then you assign the loss value of 0. And when the prediction or does not matches the true state of the world, then you assign it the value of 1. Okay, and so once we have defined the loss function, in machine learning or in statistical learning, the idea is to find an optimal decision function g of x such that the average value of the loss over all possible values of x and y is minimized. Okay, sorry, over all possible values of x and y is minimized. Okay, so this is the objective, that we are trying to minimize the loss over all possible values of the observations x and the classes y. And how do we do that? Let's look in the next slide. So now we define something called a risk function. Risk function is nothing but the expected value of your loss function over all possible values of over all possible configurations of your observations x and your state variable states y. Okay, so as you can see, this is the expected value of your loss function. And if you break down the expectation, if you expand it, you can write it in terms of the probability distribution. So as you can see, we have assumed here that the random variable x is a continuous variable, and the variable y is basically discrete. You can think of it as different classes. You have m number of classes, and you are trying to classify your observations x to a particular class. So P of x comma I is your joint probability distribution, and L is your loss function. So next, what we have done is simply use the chain rule of probability to break down the joint probability distribution into class conditional distribution, and we have broken down the joint probability distribution into P of probability that the class is y, given that the observation is x times the probability of the observation. We have broken it down in opposite way, and we can remove the probability of observation out of this summation. As you can see here, we can remove it outside of this summation, and thus we have an expression in this second bracket, which we call as the conditional risk. So this conditional risk means it basically gives the value of risk for a particular value of x, that is given the value of your observation, what is the risk value. So using this conditional risk, we can now go on to formulate our base decision rule. So as you can see, we have written down our total risk as the which was the expected value of the loss function as integral over P of probability of observations times the conditional risk, which can be written as the expected value of the conditional risk function. And this is your conditional risk. So I have not written it down here. This is the conditional risk. Okay. And this conditional risk is always non-negative again, because the loss function is non-negative and the probability is non-negative, and this is a summation over non-negative quantities, summation over non-negative quantities. Yes. So, as I defined earlier, the objective is to minimize the risk over all possible values of x. X and y, and this is equivalent to minimizing your class conditional risk at all the values of x. So this is equivalent to choosing a decision function that minimizes the conditional risk. That means in order to optimize, in order to minimize the risk value, we find a decision function which we are denoting here as z star x, which is argmin of this conditional risk expression. So this expression here is your conditional risk r of x, and this is your Bayes decision rule. So the Bayes decision rule basically tells that in order to find the optimal decision function, you minimize the value of the conditional risk over all possible values of your decision functions. Okay, and if we use this optimal decision function in our risk expression, then we can find the minimum risk which is associated with this optimal decision function, and it's simply the expression of risk where we have put the optimal decision function in the loss expression. So the Bayes decision rule basically is the optimal decision rule, and it cannot be beaten by any machine learning system. So this is the mathematical expression for optimal rule, and yeah, so this is the Bayes decision rule, and this basically introduces just the fundamental concepts or just the beginning of what the Bayesian decision theory. And so this is the end of the video, and thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.